Every year, thousands of pedestrians pay dearly for believing their status as a pedestrian means cars will see them and stop for them. Deseret News reporter Lois Collins is here to explain why that is a dangerous assumption. And we were talking just a moment ago before we came out of the break, and you said there's something about this story that surprised you and really caught you off guard.
Almost everything. So I have been walking for 56 of my 58 years and thought that I knew how to be a good pedestrian, and almost everything I learned about pedestrian safety was new to me.
Really?
Yeah.
What's number one?
So the first thing is there's a huge difference between day and night. People who get hit during the day are either springing out in traffic where they shouldn't be, or they're facing distracted drivers. And
Right.
At night, it's just flat out visibility. You cannot be seen.
What about if I just wear bright colors?
Bright colors during the day will help you. Bright colors at night will do almost nothing for you.
Really? So the joggers that go out thinking they're going to wear a white T-shirt.
You need the reflective gear, and you need reflective gear that shows your motion. So you need, the lights on your hands and feet, or the bands on your hands and feet that are reflective.
You need to be a science project.
Or your whole body that looks like it's been dipped. You can get some great jackets that show that you're a human, but otherwise what happens, picture going down State Street.
Yeah.
And you've got a few lights here and there on you. You can see, maybe a logo, maybe a zipper. Well, you look a lot like the sign, clear down the road, or like the reflective strip, or like a blinking light on the street. You're not clearly human, and if you're not human, you're not safe.
So your study shows, too, that often we just blame the driver. Something must have been wrong with the driver if they hit somebody, especially at night. And your study is saying, hey, not so fast. It might not be the driver's fault.
It's really interesting. So I talked to a lot of kind of crime scene collision reconstruction experts on this. And there have been times when even someone who was an impaired driver maybe could not have avoided the accident. So people who say, I've got the right of way, I'm the pedestrian, maybe technically you have the right of way, but you need to save yourself, because especially at night, people cannot see you. They can't stop for what they don't see. And the other thing is that you have to be where you're expected to be. So you should be in crosswalks, because people will watch crosswalks. If you're just cutting across wearing clothes that can't be seen in some middle of the road in an unlit area, then you're asking for it, and you'll probably get it.
Now, you compiled a list of the 10 most dangerous intersections for pedestrians in the state of Utah. Let's put up the top 5.
And it was actually UDOT that put that list together. They ran it for 0 fatalities. And it's the intersections that have the most pedestrian fatalities in Utah and Salt Lake County, although they were all in Salt Lake County.
Number 1 on the list, 41st South, Redwood Road.
Redwood Road.
It borders West Valley City and Taylorsville. 13 crashes there between 2010 and 2016. And that's number 1 on the list.
That's the very top one on the list. And if you look at these, part of what you'll find is, right now, and this, we're looking at intersections. A lot of the crashes don't occur in intersections, but a lot of times it's a driver turning right, and they've looked left, they've looked right, they've looked left again, and then they start to turn as somebody steps out on the crosswalk, and so you hit them that way. There are lots of ways that people get hit, but the bottom line on this, Dave, is if you want to stay alive, do not expect your right-of-way to save you. Use some judgment, pay attention, be visible. Do everything you can to be seen, but then also do everything you can to not be in the road where you're unexpected.
Words to live by.
Literally.
Lois Collins, you can read her article in DeseretNews.com. Fascinating. Thank you. Appreciate you being here.